Is this thing on? Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't been around for 2 months. Today I thought I would film an update video, and what better way to film an update video than doing the spicy noodle challenge. You know, I got my protonics out of the way, and I don't know if you guys have seen this channel or this channel. I don't know if you guys have seen this challenge, but this is the Korean spicy noodle challenge. I know there is a nuclear ×2 one. I know they have different flavors. This is the only one I could find in my store because where I live, there aren't that many Asian markets. Of course, I couldn't do just the noodles. I garnished my noodles with some cilantro, green onion. I put some of the sesame and seaweed. Can I talk? Put some of the seaweed flakes in there. And of course, I have a side of kimchi because you can't have Korean food without any kimchi, right? So I have never had these noodles before. I have a glass of almond milk on the go ready for me just in case I die. I mean, I love spicy food, don't get me wrong, but I just don't eat it in a way that I want to hurt myself, you know? I wrote down a lot of the questions that I've been getting lately, and hopefully I can answer them while I eat this because it is like almost 1 p.m. and I haven't eaten one thing. Just been running around all day, so let's see. The #1 asked question that everyone and their mothers have been asking me is, what is the update with WGU, aka Western Governors University? Okay, I'm really scared. I did just get this kind of like off the oven, so it's still kind of hot. Okay, that's hot. Okay. Alright, so WGU, as you guys may know from my previous videos, I did 1 month of WGU, and during that 1 month I finished, I believe, 3 classes. They set up about, I think I have to finish a total of 14 classes before I can get my bachelor's, and I finished 3. And I had this plan where I thought during the 6-month term I could finish all 14 of those classes. And truth be told, after that first month I went traveling, I started my new job, I became so overwhelmed with a sickness and stress and life just in general that WGU had been thrown out of the equation completely. And I'm really sad to say it, but that is just the reality of what happened with me. I'm gonna take one more bite. No, this isn't as bad as I thought it would be. I started my term back in April. I started my term back in April, and I will be finishing September 30th. I have 2 more classes to finish, and it is the Human Growth and Development and Biochemistry, which I haven't started whatsoever. Oh, I'm like sweating. Whew. Sorry, nudity. Oh my gosh. Okay, so basically, Human Growth and Development, I finished the entire study guide. All I have to do is take the objective assessment. Biochem, I haven't started at all, and that one, I believe, has 5 modules that I have to take notes on and just understand, which I feel like it will be okay if I just apply myself to the modules. And then I have to take an objective assessment on that. And then after that, I finish my term, my 6-month term, and I was told by my counselor that I would be able to take a 3-month break. Well, I could choose 1, 2, or 3 months between terms. I would be able to take a 3-month break, which would allow me to restart back in next January. I will be able to restart my next term in January of 2018, which I feel would be so perfect because I just started my new job at the new Grad RN residency program at my hospital, and let me tell you guys, it has taken me by surprise about how much I am learning, how much I feel so lost and so just, man, being a new nurse never had been so fun. Oh man. Oh, it's so spicy, it's so good. This brings me on to my next topic, which would be my new job. Is my tongue red? I started my new job as a new grad RN back on July 24th. And essentially, I thought I was gonna be vlogging that entire thing. Oh my gosh, I really want some milk. The whole point of this challenge is that you're not supposed to drink anything before you finish the noodles. Okay, I thought I was going to be vlogging the entire process, what I have been going through, but in the end it became so much. I was learning so much. They put my cohort on the floor within 1 week, which I don't know if that's normal for all new grad RN jobs. I don't know if like they train you on their computer system, charting system, for like a week or so. I know that's the case with some of my friends, but for my cohort, my job, they had us do a week of basically paperwork, learning their charting system, which they don't use Epic, they use Cerner, if you guys are familiar with that. But within 1 week we were on the floor. So basically I have a 40-hour week, 2 12 hours on the floor, add a 1 8-hour on the floor, and then 1 8-hour education day, which we have every Wednesday, which goes over hospital procedures, reviews diseases that their patients go through, that how they like to treat it. Right now I'm doing a 4-week course on reading EKG rhythms, and we have to pass a test in order to be qualified to even be on certain floors. And yeah, okay, one more bite. Oh man, my nose is running. How do I open this? When new grads get hired for this program, they basically are put into the places that need, you know, spots filled, obviously. The position they gave me, like hyperventilating, float pool nights. So being float pool, it means that I would not have a home department. I would be going to every shift, not having the same group. I would go wherever it was needed throughout the hospital. And the pros about float pool is that I get to have my own schedule. I mean, everyone in the hospital gets to self-schedule, but technically float pool has a lot more flexibility with it. We get all our vacations. We don't have to deal with the politics of having a home unit. There are a lot of pros that come with float pool because you get an overall view of every single floor, and you get to meet a lot of staff and get to become familiar with a lot of things that you probably wouldn't see if you were just stuck on one floor. However, the cons that come with float pool is that you don't have a home unit. If a nurse needs to be floated in the middle of their shift to go to a different unit to get new patients, a new assignment, then float pool nurses at my hospital specifically are the first to go. I know at some other hospitals, usually it's like the resource/break nurse that would go and float to the other units, but no, not in this situation, not at my hospital. Usually float pool is the one to go. Other than that, I have not been trained on all floors yet. My itinerary with this new grad program is that I have 2.5 months working on a floor, and the floor that they decided to train me at is a tele cardiac step-down unit, which I absolutely love. And I know it sucks because of course I've taken a liking and some sort of bias to this department that I have been trained at, but so far in the tele department I just love having only 3 patients. These 3 patients are mostly alert oriented, they're all connected to monitors. The staff there has been great, teamwork is phenomenal, and I have just been in love with learning everything that I have been learning the past 2 months, and it has been a whirlwind because working at an acute hospital has been the biggest change from going from a SNF/rehab facility. Holy moly, you guys don't even know what you're missing out on if you're still working that SNF life. A question that I've been getting asked lately is, am I still dealing with those young nurse problems that you guys have seen a couple videos back? And the answer is no. If anything, the problems that I have been facing as a new grad RN would essentially just be the fact that I'm a new grad RN, and it is so crazy how much I don't know, how much I'm learning every single day. I don't know how to handle chest tubes. I still don't know what to do with IVs a lot of the time. I suck at putting in IVs. I'm just finally getting more comfortable with doing the whole IV machine, putting in IV fluids, IV medications, heparin drips, amnio drips, blood transfusions. It is, I mean, slowly but surely I'm becoming more comfortable with it because I feel like IVs have been the most intimidating thing for me so far. But that's just me. That's just my personal fear, I guess, in the nursing world. Other than that, I love my hospital. I'm not sure if this is the case at other places, but during my nursing program specifically, when I had my clinicals at these hospital sites, these places typically had, you know, a whole general med-surg floor or med-surg unit that would spread out between 3 or 4 floors. They would have one ICU. They would just have their one designated unit. And I'm not saying that, you know, that's a weird for a hospital, because obviously hospitals all have those units. But what I noticed with the hospital I work at is that they have separate units for each department, I guess. For example, for med-surg, instead of having all med-surg patients in this whole, you know, spread out within however many floors, in my hospital they have every med-surg unit separated on different floors. So they have a med-surg tele unit, med-surg respiratory, med-surg ortho, med-surg surgical, med-surg neuro, and it's like, the list goes on. And the same goes with their ICUs. They have a surgical ICU, a neuro ICU, a coronary care ICU, the NICU. They have a peds unit, obviously, labor and delivery. Our ER is a trauma 2, I believe, trauma level 2. And all Kaiser patients get helicoptered to our hospital, which is really cool to hear, because apparently if any of the hospitals around my area where I live have patients that are in need of more critical care, they actually get helicoptered over to my hospital to receive that care. And apparently we just got this new neurosurgeon, hello Dr. McDreamy, that has the skills to be able to just suck out clots directly from the brain. And I don't know if that's a thing that all neurosurgeons already know what to do, but they made it seem like it was this huge thing that not a lot of people know how to do. So I don't know. I think I am going crazy. I think I am. So sorry. This video does not make sense. I think the fear or the thoughts that I've been having lately regarding my new job that I have, the fear that I have with this new job that I have is that when I'm done with orientation or training or preceptoring, I'm just scared that I won't be able to be ready to do everything on my own, which I know technically all new grad nurses will always feel like this. I mean, I feel it's just natural. We all feel like we're learning so much and we don't know what's gonna happen, because anything could happen during a shift and we're just learning something new every single day. There's like a plethora of ways to be able to handle one problem. And what scares me is that right now I'm training on a floor, the tele floor, that only takes care of 3 patients. But when being a float pool nurse, when I start getting floated to other units, who's to say, like, how am I gonna take care of 4 to 6 patients when I have so much trouble already taking care of just 3? It is like, that is what stresses me out the most. And you would think that working at a SNF, you know, like when you work at a skilled nursing facility, you usually are taking care of up to 20, 30 patients. If you're a knock shift nurse, you could be taking care of up to 50 patients. And I thought, you know, that kind of experience prepared me for what's to come at this acute care hospital. And let me tell you, they are 2 completely different worlds. And I feel humbled to be a part of this profession, because although it is scaring me so much with how much responsibility I'm gonna have to take on once I do end my preceptorship, it's just like, whew, I couldn't have picked a better profession, because it is amazing what these nurses that I've been working with do. Like, it is amazing seeing them work and how much they know and how smart they are. I just love being surrounded by them, and I love being surrounded by the hospital setting. I think what the craziest thing for me has been is that if you guys are a fan of Grey's Anatomy, girl, the hospital that I'm in makes me feel like I'm living the Grey's Anatomy dream everywhere. I mean, I know it's terrible when there is someone that does have to go through a code blue or a rapid response, but it's just like, it gives me the biggest adrenaline rush to even hear it on the intercoms, where you just hear code blue, ICU, code blue, ICU, or you know, like, it just goes on forever and ever in the hospital for like, okay, it doesn't go on forever and ever. I am tripping. I'm like, if you love Grey's Anatomy, which I know they are all surgeons, they are about surgeons in the hospital. Let me tell you, those surgeons, when they're not doing surgery, are doing what the nurse does in the show. And I remember watching Grey's Anatomy for the first time thinking like, wow, I would love to be Meredith Grey. And you know what? I straight up feel like Meredith Grey right now. I even restarted Grey's Anatomy because straight up the way that they are in the first season, second season, when they're just residents or interns. They're not even residents yet. When they're interns and they don't know what they're doing and they're messing up on anything, but they're learning so much, and everything is just so exciting and scary to them. That is how I feel right now, and I feel like I relate with them so hard, which is why I restarted Grey's Anatomy. Please don't make fun of my chopstick skills. I am Filipino. We didn't grow up using chopsticks, okay? Last but not least, I have been receiving so many emails from so many people, and I haven't gotten back to any of them, and for that I really want to apologize. Honestly, I've just been super busy, super busy with everything going on, and here I am eating spicy noodles while giving you guys an update on my life. I am done. Woo! Time for the milk. If I had to rate the spiciness of these noodles, honestly, they're pretty spicy. If I had to rate my pain level on a scale from 1 to 10, 7 or 8. But it's okay. I think I will be ready to tackle the next level of spiciness someday. Anyway, about the emails, so sorry that I haven't gotten back to any of you guys. I will respond as soon as I can, and I'm so sorry if I'm too late on that. It's really just been life. I don't know how else to explain it, but here I am back on YouTube, hopefully going to be making more videos. Anyway, thank you for watching, thank you for keeping up for me, thank you for the 2,800 subscribers or something like that. That is just insane to me. Thank you all for watching as always, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!